This is Commandos 3, another part of a demo today. I'm only going to do 2 demos today, and the next one after this isn't going to be a demo. It's just going to be Zombie Army 4. But I'm checking out these 2 demos today first and see if they're worth it. So far, iStation Z is worth the price of $5 based on everything I see and the fact that it's multiplayer. So that's worth the price of $5. However, it's not like a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 game. This game is more like a 4 or 5 out of 10. However, that's iStation Z. This is Commandos 3, so I'm gonna not do a tutorial. I'm just gonna wing the campaign, and actually, let me do the tutorial first, and then I'll do the campaign. Tutorial. You'll be guided through some simple areas and shown how to best control. So L1 is hold to select the commando you want to use for the mission. Okay, I like that. I don't like the fact that the music just automatically stops every now and again. Like they had music that they had playing, and then it reached the end of its SWF play reel, and it just stopped like that. Hopefully that's not the case in missions. When you're playing a mission, you're shooting at enemies and music's playing, then all of a sudden the music stops. Okay. Welcome to Commandos 3 tutorial. You will be guided through some simple areas and shown how to best control and utilize your team of commandos. You can access the help screen, additional menus, anytime pressing the menu button. Of course. Bazooka. Only the sapper. Okay. Okay. So the sapper is the heavy weapons guy, and the green beret is kind of like the CrossFit guy that does things quick, lift and move things quick. So Sap is like the explosive guy, and the green beret is like the get it done guy. Then there's the thief. Okay. All he can do steal from enemies, because his steal ability is off the charts. Okay, so there's a thief, there's a sapper, which is kind of like an explosive guy. There's a recon guy. The beret is the recon, sapper's the explosive expert, and the thief. I'm sure there's a commander. Sneak, allies. Okay. This is looking around, R3. Okay, camera is R1. And then you move around, up, zooms in, back, zooms out. Okay. And turn to the left, rotates it left, turn to the right, rotates it right. So zoom in, turn left, just a little bit. That's good. Camera tilt. It tilt it up and down to see in the room. That's very good. Pip cycle. Okay, I'll leave it here. I'll lock the camera there. Remove the cycle. Okay, so I get to see the entire room while I'm rotating. Very interesting. Zoom in and out. Interesting. Hit focus. Okay, so I'm assuming it's going to give me 3 pips in total. Oh, 4 pips. No, only 3 pips. Give me this type of pip. I could see it here. And I'm assuming this is mainly meant for stealth. Okay. Nothing here. Nothing here. And it's nothing to reload. Save? No. Enemy view. Okay. Clear view. Set marker. Go back. Okay, so if I set a marker where an enemy is, I know where that enemy is. How many markers can I set? 1. Set. Set. Okay, I could set only one marker at a time. Okay. Okay, L1. Green Beret. We scaled the Green Beret is the best all-round grunt with ability to use wide range of weapons and objects. Okay, so he's all-around the good. His weapon's commando knife. I'm a combat knife. Okay, so he's good.
I'm ready, sir.
Pick up gun.
Doing it. Doing it. Leave it to me, sir. Doing it. Leave it to me, sir. All done, sir. All done, sir. Done. Doing it. Leave it to me, sir. Doing it. Doing it. Doing it. Done. Leave it to me, sir. All done, sir. doing it. All done, sir. Leave it to me, sir. Doing it. Oh! Ah! Ucha! Oh! Ah! Ucha! Oh! Ah! All done, sir. All done, sir. All done, sir. Ucha! Ho! Ah! Ucha! Hey, watch your back. I could have been one of them. You feel like dying today?
Don't worry. I knew it was you. No one makes as much noise as you. Any problems inside?
No. It's just been a while since I encountered Nazi soldiers.
Well, there's a few more here to take care of.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll go ahead and point out the enemy. I'll go slow. Make sure you cover my arse, as I don't want it shot off like back in Colditz.
You do go on about that. It's an accident, for God's sake. Don't worry this time. Come on, get moving.
Over there.
Yes! Aha! Aha! No.
Okay, so this is one of those games you gotta get the hang of. You gotta get the hang of it. So I would say this game is not for the average game player. Um, it's for someone who likes stealth, someone who really want to understand how the mode works. So it's fun so far in understanding how things work. However, the takeaway I would take from the game is the cameras don't adjust to where you're looking. Um, the camera focusing on where you have to look with the camera is something that you have to do. In most games, the camera just adjusts to the locations and room you're going to move into. Whereas this game, you have to physically move the cameras around while you're walking and stuff.
It's done, sir.
What happened to the knife? The knife disappeared. I had the knife.
Leave it to me, sir.
Did I not get the knife?
Done.
But the knife disappeared on me?
Leave it to
What
me,
the
sir.
hell? Yeah, it can be an annoyance to try to adjust to where you're looking and everything. The game forces you to do all the adjustments by yourself and to understand how to move things around. And that's going to make it difficult for when you're fighting enemies. So it's not very smart to do something like that.
It's done, sir.
It's only necessary and to do like a left and right and up and down using one controller. But once you get out of camera mode, you can still move left and right. So this is a stealthy game, and it requires you to understand the movement of the cameras themselves. I don't understand where the hell okay, so
It's done, sir.
the hell? It says I have the knife. I select the knife.
It's done, sir.
Okay, so I'm near the enemy, but it's showing can I move it? What if I move it? I put this here and put this here.
It's done, sir.
No. Okay, so how do I equip the knife? Okay, R2 near an enemy. Okay, but where's the knife? It says I select the knife.
It's done, sir. Done.
What? So, okay, so
It's done, sir.
pressing inventory and selecting the inventory does not do anything.
It's done, sir.
You have to equip the inventory from
It's done, sir. Done.
yeah, pressing the center D-pad doesn't do
Done.
anything whatsoever at all. Holding on R2 to bring up the menu screen shouldn't be the same as pressing the attack button. Because what happens if you're in a firefight and you have to keep shooting at enemies? If the R2 glitches, then it'll bring you into the menu screen rather than keep firing. So holding it brings up the menu, but just quickly hitting it makes for you to be able to
All done, sir.
makes you able to fire off quickly. Okay, so there's a learning curve to this game, and if you're unwilling to learn, then
Leave it
it
to me,
becomes a
sir.
problem.
It's done, sir.
Okay, so enemy position. And I tag them. How do I? Okay, I'm trying to set a marker. It's not working. Yeah. I'm trying to turn the room and then set a marker. Tight corners. Set a marker. Yeah, it's not moving. Yeah, it's another game that doesn't seem to be too good when it comes to the coding. That's why when I play these demo games to see if they're good or not. It's not just me saying if they're good or not. It's the logical reasons for the decision making that the people who made the game made it, why they made it. because it can be an annoyance after a while. To constantly keep adjusting the camera.
Leave it to me.
That X is still there. So that's a
Leave it
bug.
to me, sir.
That's the first bug I've experienced in the game.
Doing it.
This is the door. I'm gonna walk to the door to exit. Or maybe I'm not supposed to exit, I'm supposed to kill the guy in this room.
Leave it to me, sir. Doing it.
Okay, so that's how the stealth works. Yeah, the stealth is pretty bad in here. The fact is, when you're on the wall, and you're leaning on the wall here, the moment he knocks like this, the person opens this door, there should be another option to stab from leaning on the wall. You shouldn't have to get off the wall and then stab. That's not good. Well, I mean, typically what makes bad games bad is mainly the decision making of whoever made the game and what they thought was wise decisions. Sometimes it's mainly due to bugs or mechanics that don't work. But other times, like this game, is mainly due to decision making, just like it was in Ice Station Z. It's all decision making by individuals to do stupid things like create mini games or create cameras that you have to multiply move around over and over again. Where they could simply make it simple, but I mean, the game is fine so far, and as long as you understand how it works. If you don't understand how it works or have the patience, then it won't be a good game. Same thing for Ice Hunters Z. If you don't have the patience for that, it's not going to work. Like you have to understand the mechanics of the sniper as well.
I could have been one of them. You feel like dying today?
Don't worry. I knew it was you. No one makes it.
So here, I'm zooming in and seeing an enemy over here. See enemies here, zooming out. This is as far out I could zoom. I don't see my boy. Move to the left, move to the right. Where are my people? Where's my dude? Look like a totally different scene as well. Camera mode. Cycle. Okay.
I'm your man.
Wait, is this game kidding me? Where is it? Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Wait, how?
No. Impossible.
Over there.
No. Impossible.
Over there.
Okay, so you have to get a hang of it. So the last one loaded differently. This one also loads differently.
Over there.
What's the next target?
I'm shooting the weapon, I'm firing it. Aiming directly at him. Fire the goddamn weapon. It's not working. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I would say this is bad. Yeah. I'm gonna try one more time. Actually, no, I won't try one more time. I'll say it's bad. How the tutorial is set up, how it doesn't actually tell you have to switch cameras in order to, or maybe it did. Let me see. I have to pay attention more. So this is one of those games you really truly have to pay attention to what it's saying.
Leave it to me.
Yep. Okay. It's definitely a learning curve here.
All done, sir. Doing it. Leave it to me. All done, sir. Leave it to me, sir. done, sir. All done, sir. Done. All done, sir. Done. All done, sir. All done, sir.
Yeah, see, this was the scene.
Hey, watch your back.
This
I
was
could
the
have been one
scene
of them.
here.
You feel like dying today?
Don't worry. I knew it was you. No one makes as much noise as you. Any problems inside?
No.
Okay, you can also rotate and zoom the camera outwards, maps using camera, blah blah blah, or zoom in and out. Okay, I already know that. I could zoom in and out, and I also already know I could rotate. The hell? That's not rotate, that's switch screen. See, that switch screen, that's not rotating. Like, who the hell thought of that shit? Where is this dude? Where's my peoples? No, I don't mean to do that. Okay, so there they are. Okay.
I'm your man.
Over there.
Where's the...
I like this.
Okay.
What's the next target?
Over there.
Aha!
Over there.
What's the next target?
Over there.
What's the next target? What's the next target? Aha!
I'm shooting, what the fuck? He's right there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had enough. Yeah, I had enough. Now it's worth it. This is, I would say this is slightly worse. I can't say it's actually better, but it's either on the same level um, as Ice Station Z, or it's slightly worse because I'm aiming and I'm shooting and I'm switching different camera locations, and he's still not firing, which means I either ran out of ammo and I couldn't fire, which means I always fail, which means I have to be precise with my shots. So it's more annoying than Ice Station Z, and there's more of a learning curve. It'll be good if you get the learning curve, but you have to be precise with, I guess, with ammo and stuff. So I would say it's either around the same as Ice Station Z, or it's slightly better. I wouldn't say slightly worse, but slightly better, because they put more details in it. But slightly better still means it's either at the base 5 or it's slightly above the 4 ratio, maybe like 4.8, 4.9. Even if it's a 5, Ice Hunter Z is a 4. Being at the 5 or staying in the 5s, even if it's 5.2, 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, if it doesn't get into the 6 category, it's not that good of a game. So I wouldn't recommend this game to anyone. The fact that there's a third one of this is, I understand it's the detail and the interest of the game, but if you're trying to sell this to majority of people, it's not going to appeal to a majority of people. It's only going to appeal to a certain amount of people who are willing to have the time and patience in order to learn these things, in order to control the cameras, locations, and stuff. Most people, especially kids, ain't going to want to mess with a game like this, period. So, not a good game. It's in the 5s, cannot exceed the 5s. The highest I could give it is in the 5s. The highest I could give Ice Hunter Z is in the 4s, 4 to 5 ratio. Yeah, so that's it for these 2 demos. Yeah, I'm not purchasing this game until they fix those things. And same for Ice Hunter Z. Even though Ice Hunter Z is like $5, the stupidity of having a mini game of cutting logs and then throwing it in logs, makes no sense. It's a survival game. It should be a mini game to decide where you're going to throw a log in a basket. You know, it's not like there's someone else in front of you cutting the log and throwing it towards you. You're the one cutting the log and putting it in the basket. So it makes no sense why that's there. So yeah, that's why that slightly is worse than this, but the annoyance of this is much worse than Ice Hunter Z. So these aren't good games at all. So if anyone's thinking about purchasing any of these games, Commando 3 and Ice Hunter Z, I would say no. Save your $10 or your $20 or your $5 or whatever and get a better game. I mean, maybe for Ice Hunter Z, since it's multiplayer, here's the thing, I would prefer to pay for Ice Hunter Z above Commando 3 any day of the week, simply because it's $5 and it's multiplayer. That in itself is the reason why it's better than Commando 3, in my opinion, even though it's not that good of a game compared to Commando 3, because it has multiplayer and it's cheap. Yeah, so these aren't good games. Like, save your money. The Commando 3 isn't that good. Even from the tutorial aspects, unless you really have the patience to understand the learning curve for this game, you will not enjoy the experience. Certain things don't work, and if you misfire, or it requires you to be very specific with your ammunition, it wants to be realistic, but that won't appeal to a lot of people, and it doesn't show that it's not one of those well-developed, high-budget games. So the fact that it's not well-developed and high-budget adds to this frustration. Um, that's why I say I believe this game is meant for more a mature audience. Someone maybe past their 20s or 21 or 22, adults who are much older. You know, this doesn't seem to be meant for teenagers. It's not seem to be meant for kids whatsoever. You know, and I mean kids by I'm talking about kids that are above the age of 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17, 18. Teenagers are kids. That's what I meant by kids. I mean teenagers. And I don't think this is even meant for young adults either. Like anyone who's 20, 21, 22, or anyone in the early 20s. Because to be honest with you, 20s are patient. Uh, People in their 20s are patient as well. They go into college, they have jobs, but they're not going to be patient enough to try to understand what the game is trying to sell to them unless they're willing to be patient enough to understand what the game is trying to give to them. So this is not a game for people who are impatient. So that in itself is a failure by the developers. So it's a good stealth commando game, but you have to understand the mechanics. But as a general game to the general audience, not to a specific target audience, it's not good at all. Yeah, won't recommend any of these two games to the general audience, Commando 3 or Ice Hunter Z. The demo themselves just explained that certain things don't work. And if it's because of I not understanding the mechanics, it's simply because it's a new, two, it's a bit of a learning curve that requires a lot of your time, and three, if it wasn't a bug and it wasn't for depending on how much ammo you have to use, who's going to be able to be that precise and not miss a single shot so that they could get accurate? You would have to fail multiple times. Eventually, that become an annoyance, and if that's a reoccurring thing in the game, that's another takeaway as well. Plus, there was a bug with regards to the enemy camera and the X that decided to stay there and not disappear. So yeah, I could see this game having bugs, multiple bugs as well, just like Ice Hunter Z. Not a good game. Yeah, that's it for these two demos. I won't be purchasing this. I won't recommend it to anyone either, unless they are very patient. But Ice Hunter Z is cheap in comparison to this. So if you wanted to play a zombie survival in the snow, I would recommend going for that first before Commander 3. If you're into military and stealth, I recommend going for this before Ice Hunter Z. But keep in mind, neither of them are good games. They are both fall into the 5 ratio, 4 ratio. So I wouldn't even waste $10 on games like these. Hell, I'm thinking about not even spending $5 for Ice Hunter Z. I'd rather spend $5 on something that works, and it makes sense. It's got to that point when you've become a gamer that even $5 is a lot of money, especially when you want to play something and you want it in your inventory and within your library, and you don't want to feel like it's a piece of shit. So why spend $5 on something that's not good? That's all I gotta say. That's it for this video. I'm gonna now play my Zombie Army 4, which is actually a good game, even though it's low budget. Like, if you're gonna do low budget game, do it like Zombie Army 4.